Hey guys, I am super excited to introduce you to the all-new Reflex Pro Top Coat. Now this is an addition to our Pro line. Our Pro line, of course, you can see is white. We have Reflex Pro, Gelée Pro, and now Reflex Pro Top Coat. I'll explain a couple of the differences between Reboot and answer a bunch of questions I've already received. So right off the bat, the difference between this and the previous model, which is Reboot, which we're going to retire pretty soon, is a massive amount of work. So the first one is it has 3 times the amount of solids in it, and that is a huge concept, meaning the more solids you put in, the more challenging it is to get off. So we had to balance that. The next one is it is water activated. That is huge. Before Reboot, you couldn't really use with water. This one you can use with water, meaning you rinse the car down, you wash it, and you rinse it again. When the car is wet, you can apply it wet, and you can also apply it dry. We're going to show you that in a little while. The other characteristics are the hydrophobic nature, way up, protection way up, and the biggest one of all is the depth of shine. What that means is when you use this wet or dry in conjunction with Reflex Pro, the shine is out of control. I can't even put it into words. It's out of control. I'll just leave it at that. Send me an email when you use it. It's completely insane. So the other big question is spit. I get a lot of that. What's the difference between spit and, of course, this new product? Spit is a lubricant. What that means is when a bird poos on it, there's dust, that kind of thing, you want to use it then to gently scoop it up. The secondary cause is going to look a little better. It means there's going to be some shine to it. The difference here is Top Coat is only focused on protection, so the car has to be 100% clean after a wash. So keep those things in mind. So in terms of using it, we're going to be demonstrating on, of course, my Macan here that has tons of layers of Reflex on it, so it has a coating on it. And this beast back here, V8 bi-turbo Mercedes, this thing is insane, but it's brand new. It still has paper on it, that kind of thing. So we're gonna wash this up and then just use the top coat on it. So you can use it with a coated car, and you can use it with an uncoated car. You can use it wet, and you can use it dry. So I'm super excited. Let's hop in and wash these cars. In scenario 1, an average dirty car like the Macan here, after about 9 days of driving, but it does have Reflex Pro coating already applied to it, just perform a normal wash routine. Do the wheels first, rinse, add plum, wheel woolly, brush, mitt, and of course rinse again. For the paint, you first rinse it, then wash it with foam, and of course use a microfiber towel, then rinse again. Now that we could sort of visualize where we are in the detailing process on a previously coated car like the Macan here, this is the top coat application step on a wet vehicle. Okay, now the car is clean and it's rinsed, so obviously it's wet. What makes this so special is you can use it in the dry and, of course, right now in the wet. The way you apply it is pretty simple. Just light mist, kind of just spritz it like this. You're not really soaking the paint and you're going to walk around. You can hit headlights, you can use it on glass, you can use it on wheels, and, of course, the paint. Just like this. Lightly hit the glass, hit this area, and you'll see the water will start to run, start to freak out a little bit, which is what you want. It's hydrophobic. Come around. You don't want to go too nuts. You don't need a whole lot. And you notice I'm not spraying it like this. I'm not going like that. I'm not doing a big glob like this. I'm doing mists. Just like this. I'll hit the wheels real quick. Roof, glass. I'm serious. It's 6 seconds or less. Windshield, wheels, just like this. Done. That's probably, I don't know, 10 or 15, 20 squirts. Depends on how crazy you want to get. Let it sit for about 20 or 30 seconds, which is plenty of time for you to go get your towel, get hydrate, and start the drying process. Keep in mind, this can be done with or without a previously coated car, but you will see stronger results with a car that already has Reflex on it. Lightly mist with a hose or a power washer to activate the top coat to help spread the protection in areas that you normally wouldn't be able to access with just a basic spray from a bottle. Now with top coat on the car, I gave it about 20-30 seconds. Now you're going to go back in, use the power washer to sort of move the product around into the creases, the cracks, the crevices, the door jambs, that kind of thing. The idea is you're not going to power wash it to kind of blow the dirt off, that sort of mentality. You're going to back off a little bit and just use the water aspect. So I'm going to be about here or so. And so I'm just lightly hitting it with water just to kind of activate it and have it go into the seams. Do that around the entire car. Once activated and spread throughout the seams, dry as you normally would with proper lubrication using hydrate on a damp microfiber towel until completion. You can always follow up with a dry towel and top coat for quick touch-ups on remaining drips. When done, it will look like you just coated the paint. The depth and shine is completely nuts. Also note that applying top coat over an existing coating will reduce the commonly found water spots from sprinklers, that kind of thing, because this product is water-based and not solvent-based. So this could be a good way to reduce that issue if you have that problem. Now on to the AMG GT Black Series with no previous coating on the car. You repeat the same steps with a proper wash, meaning the wheels, rinse, paint, soap, and so on. And you can, of course, apply it wet as we did on the Macan, or dry like this one here on an uncoated car for our demonstration. Now that the car is clean and dry, applying top coat to an uncoated car is pretty easy. We're going to use the 2-towel method. First, spray a light mist on the area that you're working. Take the first towel, and you're going to sort of work it in. You're not really picking it up. It's kind of like, I don't know, waxing a car, that kind of concept. You're just kind of pushing it around and getting it into the pores of the paint. Then you're going to take your second towel. After about, I don't know, 10 seconds or so, you're going to see it starting to flash a little bit. You're going to come in and buff the rest of it sort of dry. A little bit's going to remain, and it's going to evaporate. Think of it sort of like Junior Reflex Pro. You see how it flashes, that kind of concept? It's the same thing. Now that it's gone, now that it's gone, you're just going to repeat the process around the rest of the car. It should take you, I don't know, anywhere between 8 and 10 minutes, and you'll get a ton of protection on the car that doesn't have a coating on it. The slight difference of applying this to an uncoated car is you want to be a little bit more thorough and deliberate because it is its first layer of protection, but it is a ridiculously quick way to get your paint protected for weeks with the benefits of it being non-permanent. It's also a really good last step for those pros or weekend side hustle guys as a quick pop of shine and protection for your regular wash customers. It gives that freshly waxed type feel, and if you touch it with your hand, it's really, really smooth. And so there's an increased customer satisfaction thing going on there, so keep that in mind for you pros out there. All right, guys, well, we're all done, and Reflex Pro Top Coat is unbelievable on coated cars, of course, with Reflex underneath it, and uncoated cars. How gorgeous does this thing look right now? Of course, you guys know where to find me if you have any questions. I'm super pumped and super proud of this product. Also, there are FAQs down below, so check those out. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoy the product.